Welcome back to the show. Now, we've been highlighting and more importantly celebrating the humble but very simple root vegetable that is carrots and beetroot. And so what better way than to make it more epic by bringing on the big guns. We're calling on some reinforcements, and I'm talking about none other than food stylist extraordinaire and Chef Mayo into our kitchen, who will be showing us not one, not two, but 3 different ways to prepare and enjoy our most recently harvested beetroot. Now, Chef, earlier on we were making a beetroot frosting.
Yes.
So now you're just showing us the versatility of the vegetable.
Exactly. So I love beetroot. I love everything about it. It's so humble, but you can turn it into this most beautiful, extravagant thing, and it colors everything so beautiful, especially your skin. So just be aware. So, Basil, you are going to do a roasted beetroot for us, and then we're going to be doing beetroot chips, and we're going to be doing a beetroot mayonnaise, and then combining all of that onto a beautiful vegetarian platter with fresh figs and pomegranates and the whole works. Yeah. So, Basil, you've got a beautiful sliced beetroot over there, which you can mix for us. We've got an orange-flavored olive oil there, a lavender-flavored vinegar, some brown sugar, and salt and pepper. And it's just free-form. You can just mix, like the way you cook. I follow you on Instagram, so I see the way you do things, and I love it. Yeah.
Shall I begin?
Yes,
I think you should just go for
it.
it. I'm just quite interested in that orange or citrus-flavored olive oil. What is that about? And even the lavender vinegar.
Yeah. So the flavor of the orange-flavored olive oil just works so beautifully with the sort of earthiness of the beetroot. And I just love the two of it. And then it's going to cook with the sugar and the vinegar, and it's also almost going to caramelize.
Delicious.
Yeah. Will you make our mayonnaise for us? Have you ever made mayonnaise?
I've never made mayonnaise, but I also love the versatility of mayonnaise.
Exactly.
You can cook with mayonnaise, you can bake with mayonnaise, because the ingredients are essentially duplicated.
Yes,
so then how do I get it going? And I just hope I'm going to make you proud. Oh, I'm so nervous.
And making your own homemade mayo, I'm just going to add 1 egg yolk here. Is the easiest thing in the world. You're going to see now. Okay, so we've got 1 egg yolk in there. Then we're going to add, just scrape that out with a knife, whole grain mustard. I love adding whole grain mustard to it. Then again, we've got nachi juice in here that we freshly squeezed with a little bit of nachi rind.
It smells delicious.
Yeah. And then you can add a little bit of molten salt, just a pinch.
And why molten salt? Why not fine? Or
I just love it. It's just such a... it's not as salty as iodized salt.
Is that enough?
Yeah. That's enough. And you can add some pink peppercorns.
I actually was recently introduced to pink peppercorns. Changed my life.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's actually a berry. It's not like a pepper. It's actually a berry, and it's got the most beautiful fragrant taste if you bite into it. Ooh, there we go.
Chef, do you approve?
I approve.
Can I throw it in the oven?
Yes. Let's get it in the oven. Okay, what do we need here? Okay, cool.
There we go.
Now we've got a little bit of roasted beetroot. That's going to go in there as well. Okay, now you can do the blending for us. Yeah.
Whilst I blend and whip this all up, what's your favorite way of enjoying beetroot?
I juice a lot, and I do a lot of smoothies, and I find that it just gives me that kick.
Yes.
You know, in the morning, I do my smoothies and drink them in the morning, and it's healthy, and you feel so healthy and just good to go for the day. So I enjoy it very much, I must say.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to start adding the oil on the side here, so you can just move it up and down, just to make sure that you've got all the things going. This is about a cup and a little bit of oil, and I usually use canola oil, which is just a little bit more healthier than sunflower oil. Yeah, you can move it up vigorously. There we go.
I can already see all those ingredients slowly starting to incorporate.
Perfect. And there your mayonnaise is done. You can see it's beautiful, thick. Look at that color. Wow. Isn't it amazing? Now, our third edition is going to be beetroot chips, which we are going to be slicing on our mandolin, which is a fantastic thing to have in your kitchen. Very sharp, so be careful. If you don't have a mandolin, just use a normal knife and just try and cut as thinly as possible. But what you want to do is just use sort of the flat part of your hand. Yeah.
So is that why you're using the flat hand to kind of avoid the fingertips?
Yes, avoid the fingers, avoid the fingers. Okay,
now, Basil, going vegetarian is quite the task. You always have to be creative innovative in the kitchen
All
and
the
try
time.
new things.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever tried root vegetable chips?
Oh, yeah. I'm very conscious of feeding them very, very well. So I do sweet potato chips, and they love them. Absolutely love them. And, you know, even if you bake them, or sometimes I decide, you know what, I'm going to give them that slip chip vibe.
Yes.
And I hoy them on the gas stove, and they
Fry it up.
love it.
That
Love
sounds
it,
delicious.
love it.
Do you ever make green curry?
Yeah.
You do. If you add sweet potato French fries to green curry instead of rice, it'll change your life. Just try it.
I'm going to give that a shot. I'm going to give
fantastic.
that a shot.
So yeah. So we love the root vegetable
Movement.
thing going on at the
I'm all
moment.
about
Okay.
it. These chips seem they're almost ready to go.
So we're just going to do, I love olive oil. So we're just going to put a good glug over this, and it's so healthy for you. Yeah.
Can't go wrong
and
with
then,
olive oil.
Sana, you can put some pink peppercorns on here as well, and some molten salt if you don't
Are these
mind.
quite hot? Oh.
No, they're very fragrant. You can taste one. It's actually, it's not a pepper. It's actually a berry. Yeah.
Doesn't it almost taste flowery?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
actually
You're right.
quite
You're
divine.
right. You're
I've
right.
never used these before.
Oh,
What's
they are
also really,
fantastic.
really good with pink peppercorns, not only in cooking, but if you want for a little bit of a cocktail, just
Yes.
add it at the bottom of your drink. It just adds that
Yeah.
different fieriness. I'm putting you on, honey. There are different ways of enjoying our food, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a proper beetroot masterclass, right?
Yes.
How many things did we make?
We made 3.
Yeah?
And now we're going to plate it up. So if you guys want to help me with that.
Yes.
Oh, this needs to go to the oven.
That's what
I'm
I wanted
sorry.
to
So,
say.
yeah, guys, that goes into the oven for about 45 minutes on a sort of a low temperature, 160 degrees. There we go. And then, that's going to be finishing. So yesterday we baked a beautiful charcoal ciabatta over there, which we've also roasted in the pan with a little bit of olive oil. So we're going to start our platter by, you can do that for us. You can turn out the...
Chef, charcoal ciabatta is something that I have never tried before.
Yes.
It sounds truly remarkable.
It is
and I'm
beautiful.
loving the fact that's an underdog of an ingredient that is charcoal.
Exactly,
It's slowly coming up. I see a lot of people brushing their teeth with charcoal.
Yeah.
A lot of people are also using it to cure tummy bugs and any kind of intoxication that's within your body. It kind of uses that as a detox as well.
Yes, exactly. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful detox agent. And Rwanda, what we've got over here, a fourth element of a beetroot is these wonderful little candied beetroots. And you get them all over now. In all the shops are selling them. So people just need to look out for them.
Right.
And then, okay, cool. So now we can do our roasted beetroot, Basetsana. You can start adding that for us all over. We can do our beetroot chips, Pali. You can help us with that. Yeah. And sort of just bunch it all over the plate.
Doesn't matter how it looks because,
It doesn't.
I'm going to go
That's
for
the
a
beauty
rustic
of it.
vibe.
That's the beauty
You
of
go,
it. Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
This looks really, really good. Chef, when it comes to putting together beetroot, what's the number one thing to remember? Is there any right and wrong?
No, there's not. And I think people should just experiment. And I've made the most wonderful mistakes, which have become recipes.
And
so people must just enjoy it.
That's where the magic happens,
Exactly,
right? When you make a
exactly.
mistake and you think, actually, that's such a nice
Yeah,
dish. And it
yeah,
turns
yeah,
out
yeah.
just divine.
So
Like,
you
that's
guys
a
can
mistake
add
can
the
make
baby candied beetroots for us. And then we've got some fresh radishes over here,
Right.
which is a wonderful thing to grow in your garden.
So we're mixing raw
Yes.
and roasted
And fresh.
and baked.
Yeah.
There seems to be also a huge turn and shift when it comes to sustainability in the kitchen, not
Definitely.
only within our environments, recycling, reusing. We're seeing it with S3 going completely green, and that's what we're so here for, being able to upcycle whatever we find in our household, taking our dustbins from this big to this big.
Exactly,
Here
yeah.
for it, and this is another way of doing so.
Yeah.
This is looking
so I'm
so
just going to do
beautiful.
little droplets of this beautiful beetroot mayonnaise all over here.
And this mayonnaise, it really does taste
It is
store-bought.
fantastic.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
I
Whilst we're putting the
love
finishing
making-
touches on that, if you've had a chance to ask Umambasitsana Khumalo any question, what would that be? So some lucky Afternoon Express viewers will be getting to pick her brain when we return.